Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Fortnite In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the hunting rifle, and you may be asking yourself, hey Drift, it's been a while since you've done an in-depth episode on Fortnite, I thought you quit. No, rather, I just chose a somewhat difficult weapon to use. Not only is it the hardest sniper rifle to use in the entire game, not that it's unrewarding, it's just challenging, but I'm also kind of bad at sniping. So this is a skill that I had to develop, and it really helped me learn some new things about the game and learn some new nuances that helped me get better. And I hope that in the course of this video you get better as well. Before we jump into the numbers, if you see a clip today with a little Discord logo down there on the bottom, do keep in mind that was a fan-submitted clip through our Discord community. If you would like to submit clips for in-depth episodes, be sure to click the link in the description and join. Now that I've wasted enough time, let's go ahead and talk about the stats. The hunting rifle damage is 86 per shot for the green hunting rifle and 90 per shot for the blue hunting rifle, which isn't very much for sniper rifles. You would hope that a sniper rifle would be dealing more damage than that and could one-hit somebody that doesn't have any shield. Unfortunately, such is not the case. However, like all of the other sniper rifles, the hunting rifle does have a 2.5x headshot multiplier, so getting a headshot with the green hunting rifle will deal 215 damage, and a blue one will deal 225 damage. What this means is that, like the bolt-action sniper rifle, the hunting rifle will always kill an enemy in one headshot. At no range, in no situation, under no circumstance will you be able to headshot an enemy with the hunting rifle and then be able to walk away. At best, they're going to have to crawl away. However, the base damage for body shots is a little bit low, so if you're unfortunate enough to run into a full health enemy, you'll see that it's obviously one shot to the head, but it could take up to 3 body shots to kill, and that's if they don't heal in between. So body shots with this weapon are kind of a waste of time. It's not a terrible idea if you catch somebody not paying attention to kind of get in a quick body shot and then swap to your AR and spray them down. That tactic works, but headshots are by far the way to go. The tier of hunting rifle doesn't make much difference when it comes to damage or shots to kill or headshots or anything like that. However, reload times do change by tier. The blue one will reload faster than the green one, and since it's one shot before you have to reload, before you can fire again, the reload time directly affects your rate of fire and overall DPS. The reload time on the green hunting rifle is 1.9 seconds, and the reload time on the blue hunting rifle is 1.8 seconds. Not a lot of difference there, but a little bit, so the blue one will shoot a little bit faster. I don't find many blue ones though. I'm almost always holding a green one for whatever reason. Compared to other sniper rifles, or the one that matters, the blue bolt-action sniper rifle, you'll notice that the green hunting rifle fires significantly faster, and this is true all the way down the board, and it's one of the strengths of the hunting rifle is that it just shoots significantly faster than the bolt action. That makes it easier to spam. That means that you can get in position to get ready to trade faster, and in any sort of exchange a higher rate of fire is better. We'll be comparing to the bolt action sniper rifle a lot and to the semi-auto a little bit. The semi-automatic sniper rifle is kind of in a category on its own and not really the best comparison for the hunting rifle because the damage is lower at 63 per shot for purple and 66 for gold, and it also shoots really fast and kind of spammy. You don't have to reload an unaimed down sight, so it's kind of just a different weapon altogether. So compared to all of these sniper rifles, and one of the reasons I put that damage number up there is, surprisingly, the hunting rifle has the highest damage per second of all snipers in Fortnite. This is because it shoots significantly faster than the bolt action, and even though the semi-auto shoots faster than the hunting rifle, its damage is low enough such that the hunting rifle reigns supreme when it comes to DPS. I personally wouldn't have expected this, as I tend to think more poorly about the hunting rifle than it deserves, but it's good to keep in mind. There is another aspect we need to investigate, which is damage to structures. Normally you wouldn't use sniper rifles to damage structures, however some people do. They try to drop platforms. You want to know if you miss somebody, how much perhaps are you hurting the wall, or if you get desperate and you have no other guns and you just have to spam a structure, let's get an idea of it. So the bolt-action sniper rifle will deal 105 damage to structures per shot, with the hunting rifle dealing 90 per shot and the semi-auto dealing 40 per shot. What this means is that the hunting rifle will overall DPS structures faster, similar to the just overall DPS, better than the semi-auto and better than the bolt action. Unfortunately, when it comes to wood panels, it has a less % chance to one-shot break them. So when somebody puts down a wood panel, it starts at a fixed 100 health and goes up to a maximum of 200. So if they just throw down that wood panel really quick and just barely block your hunting rifle shot, the panel will still survive. However, if it were a bolt-action sniper rifle shot, that panel would break instantly and your teammates could go to ham on it. So, good to know. I really hope that you're not using sniper rifles to break panels, but it is one more thing to keep in mind. Through all of my gameplay and testing and experience, as far as I can tell, the bullet drop and speed is the same as the bolt-action snipers. They seem to have coded them the same so that you don't have to learn any new arc, new skill, or anything like that, because if it were too subtle, too complex, you would throw players off. Similarly to the bolt-action and semi-automatic snipers, the bullet drop and speed is the same between tiers. So the blue one is the same bullet speed and the same drop as the green one. You're not getting any more accurate just by picking up a higher rarity. There's two facts that players tend to forget when picking up hunting rifles, and the first one is that you do get about a 2x zoom when you aim down sights. You do get a default over-the-shoulder magnification, which tends to be higher than any other weapon in the game that doesn't have a scope, and even higher than the scoped AR, so you do get some extra vision, some extra field of view. You can zoom in and see people quite well, and since this is not a scoped weapon, it was affected by the first shot's accuracy. If you hold still for just a second and don't move, your shots will snap to being perfectly accurate and aim down sight center. If you're not doing that, unfortunately you do have some bloom to deal with. Thankfully the bloom is quite tight, it doesn't have very much wiggle room to it, but when it comes to snipers, you want zero bloom. You're aiming at people super far away, a half a degree this way, a half a rotation that way, and all of your shots are off. It can mess you up. So I do recommend holding still for just a second or two to get the best accuracy that you possibly can. However, you have to be careful not to do this when peeking. If you do this when you're kind of popping up from cover and you sit still and wait, somebody that has a bolt action is going to shoot you in the head instantly. That small delay bumps the hunting rifle down a tier in usefulness for me, because somebody with a bolt action can just aim the ADS, put it on your head, shoot, and kind of blow you up, whereas you have to stand up and wait for just a second to get that accuracy. Most of the time I don't wait for it. Most of the time I just go ahead and shoot and deal with these small amounts of inaccuracy. I'll pretty much only wait for the bloom to go back down and tighten to perfect if the enemy's not paying attention, or if I know for sure they don't have another sniper rifle. Similar to this, shooting this weapon when not aimed down sights or hip firing or trying to no-scope with it, pretty terrible idea. Would very, very strongly recommend against, but I guess you can do for in-game fun times if you want to. At the end of the day, the hunting rifle is not a bad sniper rifle by any measure, but it is difficult to use. You don't get the same level of zoom that you'd get with other sniper rifles. You don't get either the damage or the speed from the semi or the bolt, respectively. You don't get the insta accuracy when you aim down sights. You have bloom to fight with, and there's a lot of things about it that make it challenging to use. However, in the hands of a skilled player in this game, of which there are many now, a pro player, a high-tier streamer, somebody that's put in the practice, it's quite a good gun. Any gun that can insta-down people in one headshot, regardless of how much health they have, I'm pretty much always going to tell you is a good weapon. I can't think of anything more valuable in this game, or pretty much any shooter, than having the ability to insta-kill people. However, despite the slower rate of fire on the bolt-action sniper rifles, I would still prefer one of those so that I can insta-peek and so that I get better zoom on them. However, the hunting rifle is better than the bolt action for up close. I mean, if you just want to kind of quick scope people up close or initiate an up close fight, if you can do it, yeah, it's great for that. It's probably better than the bolt action for medium range, because the bolt action sometimes will over zoom and it's harder to track people, and it's definitely better for spamming. If your squad just has a bunch of hunting rifles and you can just kind of time them so that you all fire in sequence, and since they fire faster, the enemy team will feel that they're being suppressed a lot by a whole bunch of other snipers, and it can be very, very frustrating. However, close, medium, and spamming aren't really things that I gravitate toward or look for in a sniper rifle. When it comes to how I use the weapon and how I recommend it, I like to think of this as a great value sniper rifle. This is the sniper rifle that works and gets the job done until I find a bolt action. I will pick it up, I will use it, I will try and hit people. It's kind of hard. Sometimes I miss, sometimes I don't, and sometimes, you know, you get that nice juicy headshot that gives your team the advantage. However, the very minute that I walk past a bolt-action sniper rifle, the instant I kill an enemy that has one, or I see a better weapon, I'm going to trade out for the hunting rifle and just upgrade. It's an intermediary weapon, kind of like the burst rifles, kind of like the suppressed SMG. Usable, functional, but not really the one you're looking for. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of In Depth. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And here's a bonus clip of me killing Phase Agony. Really?
No, I'm down on top of you.